I'm gonna do the pre-game. I won't be covering the actual game of the static fire or whatever else they do today. There is a road closure today. Palm Marks with Ocean Camera Space Corp here this morning on September 1st, 2022. SpaceX Starbase launch site. There is a road closure scheduled for about 50 minutes from now. The sheriff is here, I guess blocking off that road over there just so nobody drives through the fog. It's pretty awesome. If you were a farmer and you had a lot of liquid nitrogen, maybe this is one way to grow some crops. Get some liquid nitrogen, and as you vent it, the fog might go across the road and nourish all those crops. That's pretty awesome, everybody. That would be a nice way to add nitrogen to the soil here. That could just be water vapor. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a cool area over there for sure. So I'm going to be covering I'm just going to cover the pre-game show here. Then I will go to town and see if I get some work. But the good news about the Starlink dish is that I got a notification this morning that it is, I got some tracking numbers for FedEx with the new Starlink dish. So that's on the way. You can see some of that vapor going across the road. So they're preparing to do some testing this morning, I believe. There is a road closure scheduled, and they are doing some type of venting this morning. Yeah, 10 of 9. This I have. This is a replacement dish. I am excited a little bit. I'm a half and half as far as excitement there. I had a dish and it, I don't know if it was just too delicate or what, but it only lasted about 5 days and then it stopped working. So this time around, I'm just gonna leave it in one spot and not move it around. Yeah, Mark, they moved the road closures up from 10 a.m. to 8 a.m. So everything's moved up 2 hours here. Rowan says Booster 7 will be having an engine replaced. Garth 5000. Interesting. Well, maybe they'll work on some of the other engines. You know, I don't know. You think there's going to be a road closure today? Mark says 10:11 p.m. in Australia. It is currently 7:11 here a.m. Central Time in Brownsville, Texas. Thanks, Mark. Nice to see you. So you're a 14-hour difference, huh? $17-hour difference. Oh, wow. Anyway, good stuff. Garth 5000. Yeah, so they did a cryo test or something on the Starship yesterday too. There was a band around the bottom there. I got some video of that. I just haven't uploaded it yet. I will do that. I just remembered. I have some footage from yesterday's Starship cryo test with the Nikon camera. I got some footage. So I have, in the past, I have walked through some of this fog that we're seeing over here from the venting. so I can attest to the fact that it is not it's not watery or liquidy. But it's a cool breeze over there. Whatever that is, liquid nitrogen or liquid oxygen, one of the two. Just some vaporized stuff from that. Let me know, there's something called a TWIC card, TWIC. Costs like $125 to get. You think I should get one? I might get some temp work in the boat industry. You think it's worth doing that? I got a reservation this morning to get my TWIC card. Okay, Mark says the pipe at the back has been venting since about 6 a.m. or earlier there, I think. Oh yeah, to the left of the booster, you're saying, huh? There is a pipe over there. Thanks, Mark. Let me, I'll get that shot in a few moments. Thanks. So that's actually a pretty fun thing to walk through. It'd burn the gasoline better if that were oxygen, huh? That's cool. I gotta just stop people from going through, I guess, at the moment, you know. There was some type of article on LinkedIn yesterday about using aluminum to separate hydrogen from oxygen from water. You know, separate the two, and using aluminum, some type of nano aluminum, to bind with the oxygen in the water, and it would result in hydrogen gas, kind of stuff. Aiden, there's a proposed road closure for today. No definite on if they're going to do it or not, but they've been venting all night here. So yesterday they did testing, which was Wednesday, August 31st, and then the day before they did some testing, which was Tuesday, I believe, if I recall correctly. So that'd be 3 days of testing if they did some testing today. It would make sense, kind of building up to something. I used to work as a surgical technologist in the medical field, but I'm not doing it anymore just because of all the tough standards that they're going through. Happy Thursday! Thanks, Teresa. Everybody, happy Thursday. From David and Teresa. Maybe you're into Friday already if you're over there, maybe somewhere strange. It's got to be early, what is it called? Early Friday morning somewhere on the earth. Not yet. Hey John, morning. Yeah, I'm not selling that mic right now. It looks like since the I do have a Rode mic with a stereo output, but I got your message and I'm not selling it. In about an hour. Ocean camera space. Yeah. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. What's your name? All right, some guys down there from Dallas watch a show. Good stuff. Barry, good morning. All right, they let that trucker go through. SpaceX, happy Thursday. Thank you for the support. Good stuff. Nice to see you here. SpaceXLY, everybody. SpaceXly is a YouTube channel out there. Happy Thursday. Okay, so Johnny 3003 confirms in New Zealand, Friday has begun. It is 18 minutes after midnight in New Zealand. Early start. Yep, Barry. If any of y'all have kids, or if you know some children, or you have a business or whatever, if you can arrange one of these nitrogen clouds that we're seeing over here, get some liquid nitrogen or something, and if you can create something like that, it's kind of cool. It's a cool temperature, and if you can release that and let some kids play through it, that'd be a lot of fun. I've done it myself. Just walk through that area. It's going to have to be controlled because you don't want that liquid nitrogen touching anybody. But if you can have the nitrogen in a room or something, and then pipe that gas through somewhere. I'm not an electrician or anything like that. But welcome as a Falcon Heavy member. Thanks, SpaceX. Welcome. Be a lot of fun for some kids. Good to have you here. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I have an email here and different ways to contact and chat about stuff. Let me zoom in on some stuff. Get a good shot of the start of the booster first. Start the day out looking at the booster straight on. Thanks, SpaceX. Good stuff. I gotta learn more about you, but that's cool. Good on. The bottom of the OLM, yeah, it does looks white. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll get a shot of that next. Where are you out of, SpaceX? What area of the planet are you typing and joining us from? Get a little shot of the bottom of the booster there. Yeah, so this is the pre-game show. I think you can catch up on the actual game show if it happens if the West Antarctica says west of Antarctica. I don't know what that means. West says west of Antarctica. Good stuff. I get the base of the orbital launch platform here. Yeah, there's some white at the bottom there. So some of the paint looks like during the static fire yesterday got burnt off the concrete pillars there. South Africa says Mark, or it says West of Antarctica is South Africa, says Mark. Good stuff. Johnny, you get reports when I log in, huh? Good stuff. Yeah, so that does look like there was a static fire yesterday, and we could see the paint is good up here, but it's missing from the bottoms there, so maybe some of the flames torched off some of that. I think it was a ceramic paint as far as I recall. Someone was telling us about that yesterday or the day before. Some type of, maybe it started with an M, some type of ceramic paint. Cool, SpaceX on the opposite side of the planet. That's cool. Cool. I'm thinking Indonesia, Bali, Australia. Looks like it's got white shoes, John. Nice. That's cool. Thanks for being here. Good stuff. Martite ceramic paint. Thanks, Carl. Martite ceramic paint on the concrete. Good stuff. Australian globalist resistance, says West. Yeah, I'm not sure what's actually happening here on the planet politically and militarily. I've heard some stories, and I talk about some possibilities, but I'm not the actual source of what's actually happening. I don't actually know. I've seen things, I've heard things, and I lean in a certain direction of why things are happening, but I don't really know. I'm open to learning more. But I am an expert when it comes to out-of-body experiences and meditation, so that I do know. So I am 100% certain about that. So I got you, West. The road is still open, but there is an area of fog up there with some mist coming across the road. Looks like it just lessened quite a bit there on the right. Yeah, that is a good call there, Joe Del Ciato. Yeah, I looked at that this morning too. I haven't mentioned it. I forgot to mention it. The big Marvin crane is not leaning over before it was parked over by the main gate. Okay, the sheriff is going toward the beach. Someone was also driving to the beach. Maybe they're starting to clear the beach here. The road closure is scheduled for 8 a.m. It's 7:27 or so in the morning here. So they have about another 32, 33 minutes before the road closure if they do it at 8. They didn't start at 8 yesterday, 8 in the morning. But yeah, the sheriff is cleaning out the beach. Looks like it's going to happen. The Marvin crane, yeah, I was thinking maybe they would be lifting the Starship onto the booster was the thought I had when I first saw that, but I don't know what they're doing over there. First thing we'd have to do is move it to the Starship, right? So I think the Starship's still on pad B. The second sheriff's come down by the beach, so no lights on yet, but they are going to clean out the beach, it looks like. In the future, yes. SpaceX, yeah. What I had the opportunity to do last week when I had the Starlink here was to just leave it at my remote camera site and get the shot from, within a mile of the launch site here. Thanks, Andy Charger. But the issue with that is when there is a road closure, and with my camera so far away, I wouldn't be able to get the close-up shot at the base of the booster here, like I was hoping to be able to do, because the Starlink is a little bit fragile, so you can't be moving it around or tossing it in the back of your truck, or if you're driving over a lot of bumps in the morning, or if you're going through a field and there's a lot of divots in the mud and you're going up and down, your truck's bouncing around, it's gonna mess up your Starlink. So you gotta really have it maybe in a fixed location. So a lot of the other photographer companies here, like NSF or Lab Padre, they don't have their dish here on site. They have these little smaller dishes that send the signal back and forth to their main location. So, oh, look at that. Wait, I gotta zoom out. Here we go. We got a, we have a, if you can see what I'm seeing here, we got a rainbow, everybody. We got a rainbow. So what I'm gonna do, I had the opportunity to do this last week, was just leave the Starlink dish in the one location at the remote camera site. I get that shot from within a mile. Yeah, there's a lot of, thanks. And maybe down the road I'll be able to get some of those smaller dishes and send the signal from here to the remote camera site. But I'll have a steady, I plan to have a pretty steady maybe 24/7 view from the remote camera site. And I'll be able to do commentary too, because we figured that out last week with the Zoom, using the with a paid subscription to Zoom, I could do commentary from a distance, so, and have guests on and everything else. So I could maybe sit at the roadblock and do commentary on what we're seeing. Yeah, it's kind of far. Everything over here is really tall, so the over-launch mount looks to be, I don't see any cherry pickers over there lifting up or anything, so it does appear to be pretty clear. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the rainbow for the moment. It's getting stronger though. Maybe I'll leave it on the rainbow, okay? Yeah, so this is not so spacey, but we will get the rainbow shot for a little bit here. We might get a double rainbow. Sorry, everybody. Some of you aren't into rainbows, so whatever. It's getting stronger. Yep, it's getting stronger. Yeah. Follow the rainbow is what I could say. Follow the rainbow. I can't believe this. All right, just get weaker. All right. Well, I'll come back to that in a little bit. It's pretty awesome to see. Kind of makes me happy. There is another rainbow forming to the right. So I guess I can't take the camera off a little bit. Just over here, it looks like maybe a second one. Yeah. Rain clouds west. Yeah. Yeah, it is very low wind right now. Let me get a shot of the beach and everything too, and I'll come back to the launch site here in a minute. Yeah, that's some venting of one of these stacks over there at the launch site. Yeah, we have very little wind right now, and we got some big clouds like that just along the horizon. Yeah, that rainbow is there, but it's getting, it's still there, but I'm gonna get some of these shots here. Yeah. Catman977 asks, do you have a drone cam too? No, I don't have a drone cam. I thought maybe down the road, if I could get permission to do drones, I might do drones, but right now over the land here it's illegal to fly a drone, but I could fly a drone, I think, over the ocean, as long as I launch over the ocean, stay over the ocean, and land over the ocean, and get any required permission. That is possible, I think, to launch over the ocean and stay over the ocean, and then land over the ocean. So. Yeah, there were some jets that came by here over this past weekend, and they were just a little bit like 150 feet above where we are right now, flying, making a right turn after coming to the left of the booster here, making a right turn and going to the build site. There is a short YouTube video, one of those YouTube shorts, where someone got a shot. They were standing over by pretty much where that T-Mobile show was. They were looking at the 3 rockets over there, the 3 Starships, 15, 16, and 20, I think it is, and the booster 4. And there was one of those fighter jets flying from the left to right and then going vertical. There's a YouTube short video with that. It was really awesome. Whoever got that shot, well done. Yeah. I watched it a couple times yesterday. So they were flying from South Padre Island to here from the air show, and then going over to the build site, those jets, and then doing some tricks over there. Still got that rainbow there. Okay. Yeah, let me check out some of the commentary here. Andy, good stuff. Thanks. Yeah, SpaceX says the F-22 Raptor show over the rocket garden was freaking awesome. Yeah, good stuff. Captain Pike. Yeah, don't go into the fog, says Captain Pike. Mr. JN, good morning. Welcome. Hey, Jeet. Morning. Good stuff, guys. For that show, for that T-Mobile SpaceX media event, if you want to get notification about the upcoming events for SpaceX, you can send an email to media@spacex.com. That's the email, media@spacex.com, and they will maybe add you to their list, and then if you get an email from them down the road, and if it's close by, you can fill out the form, or it's a fillable, online fillable form, and then you might get a email notification whether or not you're in or not, you know. But they allowed questions during that event, so they asked, does anyone have any questions? So there was all right, Rohan says there was an overpressurization notice issued for today's testing, so maybe a Starship 24, maybe, huh? That's good. So there is some type of testing planned for today. Hey, Wayne, good stuff. Okay, John says at the Rocket Garden it is booster 4, ship 15. Yeah, I think it's 15 and 16 over there, John, but and 20. I think it's 15, 16, and 20. They never flew Starship 16. I don't think 22 is there yet. Cool. So yeah, if you ever want to maybe ask a question, just sign up as media if you do some type of journalism or whatever, and maybe they'll ask if they'll open it up to questions. I got lucky. Rohan says, thanks, Ron. He says 22 was there, 16 was scrapped. I didn't know that. So, John, I apologize if that's correct. Rohan is apparently confirming what you're saying there. All right, I didn't know that. So, Starship 16 is no longer. I have to then have to go and take more video of that Starship 22 because I haven't really covered that. I always thought it was Starship 16 over there with the other 3 items. Thanks, John, and thanks, Ron. Good stuff. I totally missed that one, for sure. Hey, Morgan. Good morning. Corbet. Or maybe Corbett. Corbett or Corbet, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Yeah, so I was wondering what they're going to do with that crane too, the Marvin crane. Not sure. Maybe if they are going to test the Starship, they just wanted it not at the main gate when they're doing the testing of the Starship. I don't know. Hey, Chris. So I have the opportunity to get a TWIC card, TWIC, today. I scheduled it last night for this morning. I'm not sure I want to spend the money for it, but I might get one of those TWIC cards. Otherwise, I do something else. Maybe get one, maybe a Ubiquity dish, but I might do that just to get some work. Yeah, Catman970 says those jets may have been Jared Isaacman's. That's what I've heard too. Somebody mentioned that a while, that they are. Carl says the hook block on the crane is down. Doesn't know what they might be doing. Maybe get some shots of the crane there. So what I'm planning to do, if that Starlink does arrive, it's scheduled to arrive soon, like in the next 5 days, is to set up a remote camera. Let me fix something here. Set up a remote camera, and I'll be able to tilt and pan with it as I've done in the past. And I will need to stabilize. I'll need to stabilize that on windy days. It'll take some time to do that, but it will be a pretty reliable 24/7 camera, and it'll be a good start. So that's what I plan to do when that Starlink arrives. Chris asks, how many Raptor version 2 Raptors are on the booster, is a question. Yeah, there is at the end there is some type of lifting thing on the crane there. John says 33. Rowan says 33 V2 Raptors. Wow. Sorry if my camera was better, it would be easier to see, Carl. Thanks for the info. Get some shots around the side here too. Thank you to SpaceX for sending out a new dish. Look forward to getting it. And I was on the fence about which side to go, whether just to take the cash and stop filming, or to get a new dish. So thanks for sending a new dish, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you, SpaceX. It's really the best type of option we have out here. So Chris asks if there's any other rocket with more Raptors or engines on it than, or do the Russians have any rockets that had more engines than the booster here? 7:46 in the morning. I don't see those sheriffs anywhere, but they're still on the beach moving around, maybe clearing people out. So we got maybe another 14 minutes till a possible road closure. I get over here, take a look at the main gate from here. I'm gonna go talk with the sheriff briefly, just a minute. All right, well, it's going to be a little bit longer, but yeah, there will be a road closure today. Just it's going to be a little longer than 10 minutes, so not exactly, but could be an hour or so. We'll see. Okay, that's a good point there, Stephanie. Good call. The Raptor table is under the overlaunch mount there. Good eye, Stephanie. Extended too. This looks like the skinny Raptor table. So the newer Raptor table is yeah, it's the old stand. Good stuff. Good stuff. Still using the original stand there. They must have just brought that in because we didn't see it here earlier. I definitely didn't see it. I think I got some shots just like this earlier today and didn't see it. Yeah, Chris, that's looks like just some paint at the bottom of the legs there. Maybe when they did that static fire yesterday, it kind of burnt off some of the Martite ceramic paint. You think Johnny says maybe the problem's not the engine but the QD on the overlaunch mount? Huh? Interesting. Yeah. So Steph says there may be a SpaceX camera on the black shipping container there. I saw a gentleman put a camera up there a couple days ago. I'll try and use my hand, and right over here on top of that shipping container there is what I believe to be a camera. Yeah, you're correct, Stephanie. I saw the guy put it up there a day or two ago. Good call though, thanks for bringing it up. So going forward, I'm not gonna compete with SpaceX here as far as imagery, and NASA Spaceflight and Lab Padre. They're in a different league than I am. So I'm just gonna focus on building up the remote camera site that I have and working getting work in town, and I will monitor and be here as I can, as much as I can, and see where life goes, see where things go. But I'm not going to be here as much as I have been in the past. I got to get work. Gotta get some work. So. These barriers here, I'll use my hand here. All right, back here there's some barriers. Those big, they are prefab walls or structures. You can't shoot any bullets through those things. They're bulletproof, and they're also used for flood control. So I believe what I heard here in the chat was that a while back somebody, or more recently, somebody drove their vehicle onto the site over there. So they put that wall and that fence up to keep the people from driving onto the site. I think the police or the sheriff got that person. I wasn't here when that happened, but I heard about it. So that's what I heard. That's why they extended that wall from the right there. They put a lot more of those things all along the back there. All along this, they created a whole new wall to keep people out. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, my commentary is, yeah, it is unique, so appreciate it. They would have to spend a long time meditating to get my understanding that I have. Some of the other stuff they might be able to pick up, but yeah, there's very few people on the planet who understand or know what I know. So, and it only comes through hardship, that's for sure. Awakening is not easy, and I did it 20 years ago. So. I had this thought yesterday that, when babies are born and, people get paid, a lot of times when you work for somebody else, you get paid on an hourly basis. So wouldn't it be cool if 1-year-olds got paid $1 an hour, 10-year-olds got paid $10 an hour, minimum, and 30-year-olds got paid $30 an hour, and 46-year-olds got paid $46 an hour, and just keep going up. And maybe you have to work less as you get older, but you make more money per hour. That would be kind of cool. 103-year-olds get paid $103 an hour, just guaranteed, or something like that. If you do some work, that's what your rate is. That'd be kind of cool, your minimum. Maybe you want to do some community service, and you would if you got paid however old you are per hour. That'd be kind of cool. Guaranteed to get work from the city or the town or whatever for your age times how many hours, whatever. That rainbow is gone. There was a rainbow here to the right just a bit ago. The sun came up. That humidity is gone from the air. Elon Sticky Bar, good stuff. Yep, but they don't need that much anyway, so I don't think. Okay, Sounds by Basil asks, yes, there will be some testing today. There will be a road closure. It is currently a little bit delayed, but they did move the road closures back from 10 a.m. to 8 a.m. So, but they have been running a little bit late as far as starting the 8 a.m. road closure. So the sheriffs are here. There's two sheriffs by the beach here, and I think they're just waiting for the signal from SpaceX. I got a general, kind of a basic confirmation that yes, there will be a closure, but it's not going to happen exactly at 8 this morning. So I would say yes. Sounds by Basil is the YouTube channel name. There most likely is going to be a road closure, but a little bit after, sometime after 8 a.m. It's currently 8 a.m. right now. So yeah. So I'm not going to be broadcasting into the road closure, so you'll have to watch one of the other people. But I'm going to take my phone with me. But I'm enjoying the pre-show there. I'm doing a pre-commentary show thing here. Pre-game show. When the Starlink gets here again, I'll be able to, if I pay for the Zoom feature, I'll be able to, from a distance, do some commentary on the goings on here throughout the day. Pre-game with mimosa, says sounds like. I'm not sure what a mimosa is, but sounds good. Sounds like some type of drink or something. Mimosa. We need like a champagne and orange juice. Okay, that sounds good. That's what a mimosa is. Good stuff. SJ, morning. Champagne and orange juice. When I first reached the legal age here of 21, I tried and ventured a little bit into the champagne arena, and while I did like drinking champagne, sometimes a bottle, I did not like the feeling the next morning and possible vomiting. So I stopped drinking all alcohol soon after reaching the age of 21, 22. I did it for maybe a handful of times, less than 10 times. Tried out the champagne. I also tried some of the different beers, but I never went full on with that. You know, didn't like the feeling the next morning. Captain Pike says speculation is Starship 24 testing and possibly 7.1. Chopsticks are down and Marvin is near the OLM. In the meantime, the suborbital tank farm is venting this morning. Okay, so there is apparently Captain Pike is saying the suborbital tank farm is venting. Yeah, and brings up the right there at the main gate. I don't have it in the shot here. Is the 7.1 can crusher? I think it's 7.1. I can't confirm if that's 7.1 or not, but there is a can crusher there, and they have been hooking it up over the last couple days. Maybe they'll do that. And also that Captain Pike said the Marvin is over here by the overlaunch platform, and they probably wouldn't park the crane next to the fiery exhaust of the booster if it was going to be doing a static fire. So, good points there. Thanks. John John says it's a go here. Doran. Yeah, Doran says the crane's too close to the OLM to do any test on Booster 7. Yeah, because the tracks, the base of the Marvin crane is pretty sensitive to heat, I would imagine, with those tracks and other stuff. Yeah, wouldn't want it to catch fire. The goal here at Ocean Cam is to get video footage of the oceans from the surface and subsurface underneath the ice on the moons throughout our solar system. There's over 200 moons. Most of them have confirmed water from these different satellites we've sent up, Cassini and the Voyager probes, looking at all these different moons. And so the goal is to take that surface level and subsurface level video image of the oceans, of the liquid oceans on the different moons and planets throughout the solar system, to change the story of humanity, and also to be able to extract that water and use it for the future for some space mission or colony or survival off planet Earth. So, if you look up in the morning, at least here in southern Texas, or in the evening here in southern Texas, you can see a couple dots on the horizon, on the eastern horizon, and that is the first one that's been coming up is Saturn, and then after that a yellowish type thing comes up and that's Jupiter. So in the late around 9-10 at night here, when you're looking up at the sky toward the east, you can see Saturn and Jupiter, and right around Saturn is where I would like to go with some cameras and get that surface level video imagery of the Enceladus and the ocean there beneath the ice. So right up there, you can look at it at night and see that's where we want to go and get that surface level, subsurface level video imagery with a submarine and extract the water. Okay, John says, here where I live, there are breweries, and there's a veteran-owned 5x5 brewery company based in Mission, Texas. Good stuff. Yeah, if we can get some breweries up there into space, we can make that drink up there in space too. Jackie, I am out here. Good morning, Jackie. There's going to be some type of road closure today, and I'm not going to stay through the road closure, but I am doing the video beforehand. So, space beer, that's correct, John. Space kombucha. We need some sparkling space water from Enceladus or from Triton. There's 200 moons, so maybe we can have 200 varieties of sparkling water from the moons in our solar system. Oh, good on you, Jackie. Have a good rest. Thanks for tuning in. Right, if you look at the Starship here, there is a black container, like a water container, just in front of that wall. I think they recently installed that. I saw them bringing a couple containers in yesterday, right over there. So they may have just installed that water thing, whatever that is. It could be a water container recently. There was some word earlier that there is, yeah, okay, Captain Pike says, yes, there's an OP notice for today, so good question again, thanks. Maxence 59, M-A-X-E-N-C-E 59, good stuff, nice to see you. You might need gravity, John, to brew beer, but maybe the different gravities on the different moons would allow you to brew slightly different subtle flavors of beer. Maybe that'll be the draw to go into space, maybe since there's a different gravity, the beer creation on the different moons will be different. So we got to go to all the different moons and get that ocean extraction of water from the different moons, so we can create 200 types of beer, everybody. I don't drink beer, but maybe we can make some kombucha too. All right, Maxence is a French name. Good stuff. If you drink smart water, maybe we could have 200 varieties of smart water, and we could do a couple different flavorings like they already do. Sparkling, we could do natural. We can have lemon flavored, lime flavored. Yeah, so we got to get out there into the solar system to get those different drinks and everything. You know, if we keep staying here on the planet, we're not going to get that opportunity to drink the different gravity beers or gravity smoothies. You know, you grow some kale and lettuce on a different moon, and then if you juice it, you get a different type of green juice. Maybe it'll have different healing properties. I do plan on down the road selling shares to Ocean Camera Space Corp. The team itself, there's going to be about 25% of the 100 million shares for sale at some point in the future. And there's going to be a board and also a core team. And the board members and the team members will also get about 1 to 2%. So out of 100 million, 1% of 100 million is a million shares. And over a 20-year period, or something like maybe 21 years, whoever's occupying that position would get so many shares every month. And, you know, similar to how Tesla does it, but I would do it here at Ocean Camera Space Corp. So that's already, the corporation's already been created, and the possibility is open down the road. I've already registered with FINRA, the Ocean Camera Space Corp, and did the Subpart D initial filing. So it's really about, I just want to talk with an attorney before going forward further. I have had an attorney look over the documents, but really want an attorney to join the team and work not off of cash flow, but off of stock ownership and equity incentive. You know, that's the better way to go forward. So I need to make a PPM for the Ocean Camera Space Corp and just check over all the documents. So. There was a very interesting happening yesterday on LinkedIn. There is a company called SpaceFab, SPACEFAB. And yesterday on LinkedIn, they posted an article about their company, and they're offering hydrazine in space for 20 million a gallon. So if you want to, I think 20 million for 33 gallons. Sorry, I said that wrong. $20 million to buy 33 gallons of hydrazine in space, which comes out to about $90,000 per pound. It's a gas station for satellites up there in space. So if you want to refuel your ship or whatever, they are offering that service, I believe now, in space for $90,000 a pound. And again, the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission is based around the idea that water costs $10,000 a pound in space for low Earth orbit, never mind into deeper into the solar system. So I have done the calculations and the math on what the value of a swimming pool worth of water deep into the solar system. So if we were just talking about a swimming pool of water, the value here in low Earth orbit, that'd be about $3 or $4 billion value. So if we get a container up there into low Earth orbit with a swimming pool worth of water, that would be worth $3 to $4 billion. That's the value. So it takes a lot more money to get a ship or anything else further past the moon to Mars or whatever. And so if we had a swimming pool of water over there at Mars or on Europa or some other location, up there in orbit or even on the surface, that would be worth a lot more than $3 to $4 billion. So that's the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission. Again, just here in low Earth orbit, SpaceFab is offering the hydrazine at $90,000 per pound, or $20 million for 33 gallons of hydrazine. And I'm looking here to offer water in deep space into the solar system for about $3 to $4 billion for an Olympic-sized swimming pool, which is about $10,000 in the deeper into the solar system. So that's the price to value here that we're looking to create. Okay, Space Fab. It's Mommy Piker says it's Orbit Fab, not Space Fab. I don't know why I was thinking space there, but it could be some. Maybe I saw a sign or something like that. But Mommy Piker Pilkers corrects me. It says Orbit Fab. Okay, Orbit Fab, everybody. Maybe I said it wrong. Thank you. Space Ocean, says John. What do you mean, Space Ocean? Yeah, that is an interesting title there, John. What does that refer to? Like the space is an ocean, or that'd be a good business name? Or if we take out the camera from the Ocean Camera Space Corp name, we have space and ocean. We might be coming up on the end here. The sheriff is here. It doesn't have the lights on. Is not asking me to leave yet, but the sheriff, he's kind of close. We'll see. Okay, let me see. Finder says Enlil. Oh, Finder Enlil. That's an interesting name. The Enlil is a Anunnaki name, I think, as far as I recall. Good name there. Finder Enlil. Oh, that's, I think I got you there. You're finding Enlil. Orbit Fab was bought by Astroscale, wasn't it, to fuel Astroscale's space rig, tug. Interesting. I'll have to look up Astroscale. Maybe I'm following them already. I don't know. But yeah, on LinkedIn, there's a lot of these different companies that you can learn more about and follow the founders or the COO, CFO, different employees. Check them out. LinkedIn is where I got Ocean Camera Space Corp listed. I'm on there too. I got about 1,600 connections right now. The date is September 1st, 2022. Yeah, and Lil is, there was a gentleman who used to write a lot about the other planets out there, maybe the 12th planet or the 10th planet, and he talked about Enlil and some of the other, some other people have said that he was biased in his translations of the writings, and maybe he wasn't exactly saying what the situation was. I am about maybe 600 feet from the booster here. Johnny says SpaceX has to work on in-orbit refueling too for the human landing system. Wonder how far they've developed that. Yeah, that's a good question. Good, yeah. Interesting. I've heard them say they're gonna launch a booster with the Starship on top of it, and then launch another Starship up to it to refuel that Starship, and they're gonna, they're gonna do several trips to refuel that one ship up there, and then that refueled ship will go to Mars or whatever. So they're gonna fuel it up there in space and then get it going to Mars. Man, it's getting hot out here, that's for sure. me see the name of that company again. Astroscale. Yeah, I may be following them already, but thanks for the name, Finder. I'll check them out. Finder. Johnny says, many starts are necessary for even one mission to the moon. Yeah. I'm gonna go off tangent here and just say a few things. Just as when we look at the Great Pyramids over there in Egypt, there are pyramids all over the earth. They got them in the south of Florida, in the ocean there. There's some pyramids. In Kosovo, there's a pyramid. In Antarctica, there's a pyramid. So there's pyramids all over the earth, and it's been a big question. What is the purpose of the pyramids? So what's the purpose of the pyramids? And there's a series of writings called the Emerald Tablets of Ra. And Ra is it's translated as the sun god, but you can find some channeled materials of Ra, talking about the law of one. So there's a lot of interesting material coming out of that, but the pyramids are thought to balance the energy on the planet, and maybe some of the other planets and moons throughout the solar system have these pyramids built on them. If they do, that would be evidence of some type of intelligence. Some people say there are pyramids on Mars, maybe even a face. But when we look at I've been to Egypt, and I have been to many of the sites over there when I was a young kid. When we look at the Sphinx, it's thought that maybe the original carving on the Sphinx was not a Sphinx, but maybe another face, some other type of face, which was adjusted later on as history progressed. What we're seeing there with the Sphinx on the pyramid, in front, next to the pyramid, isn't the actual sculpture that was there. And when we look at maybe some of the dinosaur stuff, it's said that the National Geographic hides a lot of stuff. So just like the CIA, maybe the National Geographic is also part of that a creation of a story for humanity. But the dinosaurs, it's said, are maybe some of those previous civilizations that we might call it the 10th planet or Enlil or some of the other. So maybe what we're referring to as dinosaurs, were the bones may have been adjusted and the history erased or kept secret, so that what we consider dinosaurs were maybe the reptilians. I think there are some statues from Iraq and some of the other countries over there where they show lizard type people on these tablets. So for them to carve that type of feature design in a clay tablet would seem to indicate some type of intelligence. So I don't know if those people ever existed or if they're still around, or maybe it's just a fantasy. But these are some of the stories that are out there as far as the National Geographic, the pyramids, and the dinosaurs. If this is the first you're hearing about it, welcome to the red pill. If it's not true, congratulations on making it through my story. But I have experienced various things which are by science are purported to be not true, and I just say keep an open mind. You never know what could happen. what could be truth and what could not be truth. Over 700 in China, and very interesting. The biggest are underwater in Japan, says Vortex. Yeah, Graham Hancock, I think that's his name. He does a lot of under the ocean about the structures near Japan. Some of the, if the water level has changed over the many years by even 30 meters, right? In India, they found whole cities under the ocean there, just about 100 feet down or whatever. So there are these, we know there are structures. The ocean levels have changed over time, up and down, just like the heat. The Earth apparently goes into hotter and colder periods. So we have the ice ages, and then we got the hotter times, you know. So there is some type of rhythm there, maybe as the Earth moves through the galactic, I'm not sure what it's called, but the Earth moves around the galaxy here, yeah, or our solar system moves around the galaxy, and we get hotter and colder times or whatever. So, yeah. Hey, Sir Chris, good morning. The reflection makes it look like titanium, says Lyric Bread. That's a good one. Yeah. Lyric, nice to see you. There's a type of bread that has some type of probiotic in it. They sell it on the West Coast. I don't remember the name, but I was thinking about it in the last week. It's, oh, sourdough, that's the name. Sourdough bread. I think I'd like to buy some of that soon. Sourdough bread. I don't know if they sell it anywhere here in Texas. John, if you're here on the channel, speak out if they have any sour bread here in Texas. Sourdough bread. Lyric says, make sure it's nice and moist, not bread, not dry, I mean. Okay, thanks, Lyric. Gotta get some moist sourdough bread. Vortex Illuminations, that's really cool. If you look at Vortex, if you look at the logo here on the channel, that could be considered a vortex from above. So you got the two vertical lines and you got the circle in between them. I had a experience, meditative experience, where I was out of body over 20 years ago, and I had this image where I was, after clicking out, after moving out into the nothing, the bliss state, I was coming back and I saw this, I saw stars everywhere, and in between the stars were these two there were these two vertical lines going into the infinity, up and down into the horizon. And I was moving forward through space, and there was a circle connecting the two lines. So that's how this logo here was modified a little bit. You got the two vertical lines and you got the circle in between them, and there were stars everywhere. And but the new logo here has an ocean in the logo as well. So But it's if you look from above, it's like a vortex. I was telling this experience to someone a while back, and they said, yeah, that was a vortex. If you look from the side, if you were able to go to the side instead of being above, it would look like a vortex. So there's two gentlemen here in trucks. So I'm not sure if we're going to get to the road closure soon, but they may do some testing on the can crusher. You can see there under the booster, they got the table there. So they might not be testing the booster today unless they can roll that out of the way quick or sometime throughout the day. But maybe Starship 24, maybe some testing on that. And the can crusher could get tested. Vortex is all about flow. I like that. Thanks, Vortex. I'll have to check out your channel sometime. Thanks. Okay, guys, I gotta go. They're closing the road. See you soon, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2,